Hey everyone. All right. Today we are going to go over a super quick training that's going to be super impactful for you and your business if you implement it. Okay. So, as we know, stories sell. And I'm going to add to that and add one little fact that authenticity excels. Okay. So, I see this happen every single day. People are dropping what I call breadcrumbs. Okay. And it's a way to say, I'm in this business, but I don't want to post and bug anybody. I'm not trying to rub people the wrong way. I don't want people to judge me. I don't want to be unfollowed. I don't want to be annoying and be too much. So I'm just going to drop these little breadcrumbs. Most people, I would say, do it out of good intentions. You're like, look, here's everything you need to know in one graphic. I'm going to post it. And if you want it, you'll come to me. That is amateur sales 101. Okay. And this would be the case for, even people that are crowdfunding. Okay. Like, even if you're fundraising for a charity, no matter what you're doing, stories will sell and authenticity will excel. And that is just how social media works, the nature of it. It's marketing 101. Okay. So we're going to dive into ways that you can begin to implement and make sure you are not someone that is dropping breadcrumbs. Okay. Because that could be what's wrong with your business, is you're just saying a little bit, not enough. Okay. And how many of you would buy a sandwich if all you saw was a tiny piece of it? You'd be like, I wonder what the rest of that looks like. And you'd overlook it and go for the next picture that's selling a whole sandwich. Okay. And this is all figurative. I mean, it's also very true. I wouldn't buy a sandwich I only saw a tiny piece of. Okay. So in diving into this, I want to just say that the first quote I'm going over is something I heard one of a top business leader and mentor say, that the inability to share stories is quite possibly the greatest missed opportunity that we are facing in our social media world today. In a day where everything is automated and everything is a click and everything's just so a system, that it's all starting to look the same. And what makes you stand out is your stories that are authentic to you. It is what makes you stop in your algorithm and watch something. Reels have gotten really good at this. And there's a reason that before and after reels are really appealing to people. There's a reason that you will watch someone do all of their makeup. There is a reason that you watch that cat do, whatever it is. It's all sort of, you're intrigued to the story. You want to watch until the end. And so people that have already honed in on this, maybe you've unknowingly, unbeknownst to you, you're like, why do I have some reels that are going viral? There's a little story that they tell that is relatable and real and hits a note and strikes a chord with people. And so my goal today is to help you really understand how you can do that and more of that and scale whatever the business is, whether you're looking to become an Amazon affiliate, whether you're looking to become someone that's just extremely active in, charity and these nonprofits, and you have to share stories. You cannot expect someone to meet you where you are at with your value and your love and your admiration for whatever it is you're posting. And all the time, people come into my DMs and will say, can you post about this, this fundraiser? And won't tell me the story, won't say anything, will say she really needs it. And the missed opportunity is this. There's a reason that when you go to these crowdfunding pages, that there's a spot for you to put the story, because the more it's going to strike a chord with people, the more likely someone's going to open their wallet or whatever. And it's a reason why we love and go to movies. Like, we are along for the whole ride. It's also the reason that people get a lot more boost engagement when they have a real, literal life engagement. It's the beginning of a story. Now we're going to see the bridal shower. We're going to watch you try on wedding dresses, like all those things come. Same with the birth announcement. It's the beginning of a story. And so a lot of times people will associate, if you're going to start and go into business for yourself, that people aren't going to be excited for you because all you're going to do now is spam people with these graphics, and you're only posting the graphics because you don't want to bug people, but that's what bugs people. So if you get on and you share your story and you have people meet you where you're at by bringing them to where you're at, that is where the authenticity and the relatability, and you begin to draw people in and really truly be able to change people's minds, of whatever it is. Or, if you're crowdfunding, make them, get out their wallet, or you could completely sell them whatever it is on Amazon by telling a really good story about it. Okay. So the storytelling ability for you has to come first. So you can't say, well, I'm going to wait until XYZ and then I'll start telling stories about it. You have to start building that trust now. So the more people, your goal, if you are running your business on social media and your personal brand, and I actually just watched Kris Jenner's masterclass on branding, and it was so good because she's like, your biggest superpower is your personal brand. So that's who you are. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, you are with you. So it is the most easiest thing for you to personally and authentically brand. Do you agree? Yes. Most people don't know themselves. Most people want to hide from themselves. Most people are in denial. That's all stuff you got to work out in therapy. But the goal here is for you to go, okay, I'm going to connect who I am with my audience. And the best way to do that is through stories. So I'm going to give you guys an example. Let's say for just the sake of it, I am looking to boost my engagement, boost my connection with my audience, and I am, getting started. I am, let's use for the example, someone sends me a crowdfunding thing to donate to their cause. So I go, okay, I want my followers to really connect with whatever this cause is. Okay. So am I just going to go share a graphic and then just go, I hope someone reads it. If they want to read it, they'll read it. I could do that. And I would know that most people would just click over it, because if it doesn't stand out, most people are just like in drone mode, right? Tapping through things, whatever. So I would get on and use my face and do something to the effect of, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay. So hi, happy Tuesday. I was just laying here, I'm doing my 75 hard and I'm literally dying. But this message came into my inbox and I knew I needed to open it. It just seemed different. And this little girl is going through the most traumatic experience. And I feel like it could be any of our daughters. And I just encourage you to really check it out. And if you feel led, donate. But just like when I was reading this and it made me realize that could easily be us, I knew, okay, I want to donate and I'm going to share. And so if you've ever been worried about something like this happening, like someone is really living this nightmare, and, so I'm going to share it so you can check it out if you feel interested in doing it. But my heart goes out to these people. I'm sending love and prayers. It's so simple to explain and bring people to where you are, your mindset of it, what your first initial reaction is, what your thoughts are when you saw it, why did it string that chord with you? And the more you do this, the more you realize you'll be able to do it with other things. And so then you share the link, because now that's directing people where to go. So this is the other thing that's the issue with just dropping a breadcrumb. Okay, so now what? You cannot expect someone to seek you out to say, hey, I saw you post about this. I want to buy it. It is extremely rare. You have AI competing with you for attention on people's phones. So you have to assume and try to make it as easy as possible for someone to just tap a button or say, hi, yes, I want it, or like DM you a heart. A call to action is a big piece of the puzzle of a breadcrumb. So you start with the origin and a little bit of an overview of what it is. Bring people into the moment with you wherever this is. So let's say I'm going to try to sell this battery pack. I am going to tell you about the time that I was introduced to this battery pack, how it impressed the heck out of me, and how you need it too. And the life that it saved because it literally lived on for a whole weekend and I didn't have to ever plug into a wall. Okay. Great battery pack charger. One of my friends at camp introduced me to it. True story. I naturally do it. I can't help myself, but it's amazing. And then I'm going to link it because then that's bringing the value to them. I'm not just going to post a screenshot and be like, go find it on Amazon, take the screenshot, go type it in. There is so much power in a link. Okay. Every single thing on the internet is linkable. Like when someone sends me, oh, here's my Venmo, here's my PayPal, and they just screenshot it instead of making it the tappable link, the value level goes down. It was an opportunity to bring value to someone. Or let's say contact sharing. Most people will screenshot. So now you got to go, open one app and go, okay, what's the number? Copy, paste. And then, you got to go back and forth. If they just share the contact with you, you tap 2 buttons, it's in your phone. The ability to deliver value, so simple, makes the biggest changes in most people's life. Okay. I'm just telling you that as my pro tip. It's not really part of this, but it kind of is because you got to be able to bring that link to the chat. And these days, everybody is able to post a link in their stories. Back in the day, you used to have 10,000 followers to get a swipe up. So now it's really even more readily available for you. So some things like to note, bring people into a moment with you, give your first impressions, give your, why it appealed to you, walk people through that story. And then you can even demonstrate something. So let's say it's, this, okay, I can demonstrate all the cool things that it does and the different, I actually don't even know, but I've seen people do it. You can, and you can showcase it. And that's going to help what we call build value on something. The more you can explain to somebody why you love it and the experience you are truly having with it, no one can dispute you. No one can dispute your story. But if you try to make these facts and these claims like this is the best cup that will ever exist, people might have some opinions with that. But if you say, this is literally the greatest gift in my life, and I could tell you why. Fits in a cup holder, stays cold, it's got a handle, so if I got to get out of the car real quick, most of those jugs just roll around in the car. Like that is literally how I got sold on this cup. Was my husband actually reenacting an influencer that was talking about all the reasons they love the cup. It sold me on the cup, my husband. So with whatever it is that you are trying to promote, the more you can list out reasons that you love it and why, the more it's going to relate to people for them to say, oh, wow, okay, yes. So where most people will share the graphic, now you're sharing a story and sandwiching that graphic in. You can add it as a sticker to your, whole story slides, but one thing to note, the algorithm loves your face. Your audience loves your face. If someone sees your face and you actually using these items in everyday life and how you're using them, you will be appropriately selling and integrating your products. My whole page isn't going to become about this though. My page is about me because my authenticity excels whatever my stories are selling. I hope that makes sense. So just remember when you are getting on to share about anything, if you really want people to trust you and buy from you, you must have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it doesn't have to be days long or hours long. It could be 3 slides, but you need to share a full, complete story. At the end, I would encourage you to ask for other people's advice, ask for other people's feedback. So when I share about this, I'm like, if you found a charger you are literally obsessed with, please send me a link. If you found a cup that you like better than this, please send me a link. This is where the engagement part of your connection with your followers comes in. I think a lot of people are very one-sided, unbeknownst to them, they're very selfish about their engagement. Because you think, oh, I'm going to post all this and then I'm hoping that these people just engage with me. It's a two-way street. You got to ask them for feedback as though you would with your friend. what cup do you really like, right? Are you someone that sits down and just says, here's all about my life. Okay, bye. Or are you like, oh yeah, how are you? You got to ask that back. And then we're moving on from breadcrumb dropper to sandwich freaking slinger. Okay. And that is, in a nutshell, my breadcrumb training. So if someone sent you this video, they probably saw you post a breadcrumb and they wanted to help you identify how we could enhance what you are really trying to do and just give you a more polished, skilled protocol to follow. All right. Like, follow, share for all the tips. Christina A. Smallwood, I am honored to have served you today.